Alright there guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you've all been doing well. Just have a quick Blu-ray Mediabook update for you. I had 4 things come through the post recently, so I thought I'd give you a quick look at those. And we'll start off with a new film that's come out this year. And that is the film Lords of Chaos, which is about the rise of Norwegian death metal music back in the early 90s. And it follows the band Mayhem and their controversial exploits and their extreme methods that they went to get their satanic message out there to promote their music. So yeah, they started to practice what they preached, and it starts off with a bit of church burning, descent into acts of physical violence, and eventually murder. And they made headlines around the world at the time. I was a bit young, so I wasn't really aware of what was going on, but some of you might be familiar with the story. And it's a really dark and disturbing film. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, actually. It's pretty graphic with its violence. It's got some really uncomfortable scenes of self-harm and suicide, and a couple of unpleasant stabbing sequences as well. So it's pretty full-on. It doesn't pull no punches with what was actually going on at the time. But yeah, it's probably one of my favourite films of the year so far. It's really cool. And it's a lovely media book. It was actually a late birthday gift to me from a good friend in Germany. So if you're watching, mate, thank you very much. Much appreciated. It's a superb film and a really cool media book as well. And even though the movie's set in Norway, it's shot in English with American actors. The only actor that was familiar to me was Kieran Culkin, who plays one of the leads. But it's pretty well acted. They do look the part as well. The cast members, a really good job. And Arrow have been promoting this one in the UK for its theatrical release, and they've announced the inevitable Blu-ray, which is due out in July, and I think I'll double dip on that actually. I'm hoping there's a few more special features on that release. So there's the back, there's the inside, there's Kieran Culkin there. Like I said, he does look the part in the film. He does pretty good. There's your DVD copy. No CD soundtrack. There's actually very little death metal music in the actual film, which is just as well, because it's quite harsh on the ears, for my taste anyway. So there you go. That is the Lords of Chaos. Excellent film, highly recommended. Next up, something completely different. We have Lucio Fulci's Murder Rock from 1984. Which is like a giallo type film about young women from a dance school getting murdered by a black gloved killer. And it's a middle of the road effort from Fulci. It's not one of his best or worst, but it's definitely watchable and well enough made. Not quite as graphically violent as the director's other output at this time, and that's probably due to the weapon of choice that the killer chooses to wield in the film, which is this thing here, which is like an ice pick with an ornate handle, straight to the heart, so death is quick and not very messy. So if you're expecting a spectacularly gruesome bloodbath, you will be disappointed here. But it's okay, it's not too bad. It's very cheesy. It's got some really cheesy dance sequences. Sweat-saturated, lycra-clad women doing their thing, and some long lurid shots at their nether regions. So it's got that sleaze appeal about it. But yeah, it's okay. And this particular media book has been put out by X-Rated Cult, a long-established label from Austria. And they put out 3 different covers. This one's cover A, which was limited to 333 copies. But as you might be able to make out there is no English dialogue or subtitles. So it is not English friendly at all, this release. So hold off if you're choosing to get this one as your go-to copy to watch the film. Because I think the US Blu-ray is going to be reissued soon. So you might want to wait off for that one, if you haven't picked it up already. So there's your inside, there's your Blu-ray disc. There's your limited edition number there. I've got number 41. Limited to 444 copies, this one was. And they throw in a DVD copy as well. And the interior is very text heavy, and it's all in German. Very few photos or promotional material inside. It's all in German text, so You might feel a bit shortchanged if you buy this release. This is strictly for the Mediabook collectors out there. Love the cover, and it's nice to have a bit of Fulci on the shelf in Mediabook form. So yeah, that is Murder Rock from 1984. Alright, next up we have the new Mediabook release of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. This is from 1972 or 71. A Bob Clark film. And it's a real missed opportunity, this one. It just takes too long to get going, which is a shame because it builds up a pretty good spooky atmosphere right from the start. But you're just waiting for something to happen, and you'll be waiting a long time. It's not until with about 20 minutes to go, the zombies rise up and exact their revenge on these this band of theatrical actors who have come to this abandoned island to perform a satanic ritual to try and resurrect the dead. And after repeated failed attempts, they actually achieve what they set out to do, and with disastrous consequences. But it's good, but it could have been so much better. But love the cover on this one. I think this one, it's been put up by NSM Records, and they released about 6 covers, and this was by far the best. So I grabbed this one while it was still available. Limited to 333, so not many of this one. It's pretty light on special features as well. But you do get the shorter UK version, which trims about 6 minutes of dialogue, but you only get that version in standard definition. But it's nice to have this inclusion, and it really did need that for pacing reasons. A bit of the dialogue to be trimmed, but the zombies look fantastic. Good makeup job on those. And like I said, it's got a really good eerie atmosphere to it all. Not quite as comedic as you might have heard. It is billed as a horror comedy, but it's not too comedic actually. It's not slapstick as the front cover might suggest it is. But it's a decent one-time watch. You might like it. Here's the interior. It's really nice media with this one. Got a nice interior. So a Blu-ray and a DVD copy included. About 20 pages in length. And I think Bob Clark followed this one up with the much better Death Dream. That was a really good zombie film. That's worth checking out if you haven't seen that one. But yeah, that is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things from 1972. And last up, we have a really cool little Mediabook release of Repo Man from 1984. And this is a wacky film. This is it's not too weird as I was expecting it to be, because sometimes when things get too strange and weird, it just takes me out of the film. But this is definitely a watchable one, very entertaining. It's got an oddball cast of characters, from punk gangs, government agents that look like they're straight out of the Men in Black's film. And there's a suspicious car driving around with something that's not seen in the film in the boot, and it vaporizes anybody that should take a gaze at it. But yeah, it's a good one. It's very 80s and quite enjoyable. This one's been put out by Eureka. It was part of their Masters of Cinema series over here in the UK. Got a nice steelbook release, and I think it made its way onto the Criterion collection as well over in the US. But this is the German Mediabook release. It's a bit smaller than your typical Mediabook, so it's more of a digibook really. Bit of a size comparison there. And there you go, there's the back. And it's really cool inside as well. There's your Blu-ray. And you get a couple of DVDs there as well. They're very nicely designed. You've got Emilio Estevez in this one. He's pretty good. Lots of foul mouth dialogue in this one. And he looks like you get a bit of I don't know what this is, a comic or storyboard? Yeah, comic, and it's all in English, this particular piece. So this is a nice little release to have if you're a fan of the film and you're looking to add to your Repo Man collection. This is a nice one to have on the shelf. So yeah, there you go. That is Repo Man from 1984. And that is it for this update, guys. As always, thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, much appreciated. And I'll see you soon in a future vid. You take care, guys. Bye.